Ever since I was a little girl, I was obsessed with making crafts. It could be really anything. I was into drawing, painting, even making slime. You name it, I was into it. One summer, I had an amazing babysitter, and her name was Ashton. She was not the typical babysitter that would sit you in front of a TV and just have you watch a show. She was the type who would actually interact with you and try and see your interest and bring something with her each time she would come and try and play with you. So one day, she brought this tackle box. I knew that it had not to be anything to do with fishing because I don't like fishing. But I opened up the box and it had string in it. These strings looked a little different. She had them all separated in color order. It looked really cool. And she said we were going to be making friendship bracelets. I was a little skeptical because I was a little bit younger and I did not learn things very easily. And I didn't want to make a fool out of myself because when she showed me what they looked like, they looked super difficult. She told me with a little bit of practice and some time, it's not that hard. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, before I say that this is like the one bracelet you can make, it's definitely false. You can make so many different kinds. According to friendship-bracelets.net, you can look up any type of bracelet that you would like to make. They have videos, they have certain type of pictures to show you step by step. You're welcome to do that. I'm going to show you the bracelet that I learned of. The steps that you will need or the things that you're going to need to purchase before making this would be your string. Now back then, when I was younger, this cost about $5. Due to today, with inflation, it costs about $9.99 now. I got actually 26 strings from it though, so it's a good amount of string. You're going to need some scissors to cut your string. As you can see, I've already done that for you, but if you're going to be making it yourself, that is needed. And also some tape. Now, according to Sweet Spark, it's just a little thing online about bracelet making. If you wrap your string around to measure about 2 to 3 times, which I did, I hope that my wrist is hopefully okay for you guys as well. I wrapped it around 3 times to get the perfect length. Now let's get started. The first thing you're going to need to do is, as you can see, I've placed tape in front of you guys. We are going to tape our bracelet down. Now, as you can see, there's a knot. You are not going to want to put the tape on the knot, you're going to put it just right above the knot. Not covering the knot, not below it, not on top of it, but right above that knot, so you can still see it. And you are going to press this tape in pretty hard, because you are going to be constantly pulling the string, so if it comes up, it makes the whole process a lot more difficult. I'm going to also label my strings so you guys can understand and it won't be as confusing. So we're going to label this string, string 1, which is my pink string, string 2, which is my white string, and string 3, which is my yellow string. Obviously, we all don't have the same colors, but you kind of get the gist of it. All right, now we're going to be using our little finger guns, the only guns that are allowed at school. We are going to use our finger guns and take one string, take it out from the other 2. This is my string 1. Everyone doing that? All right, perfect. So we have string 1. Then, as you can see, the other 2 string are sitting right here. I personally like to hold 2 string this way, string 1 this way. You can do whatever you want. So in my left hand, I have 2 strings because I'm right-handed. I'm going to use my right hand and do the knotting. So our little finger gun is right here. We're going to make a 4, as you can see. So I will repeat that process again. We have our 2 string in one hand, our 1 string in the other hand. Make 4, like that. Is everyone kind of getting that? Perfect. After that, we are going to grab this and loop it around. So that 4 does not become a 4 anymore. It is now a part of it. And you can kind of see that it just looks like it's wrapped around. Now after that, simply pull up. That is your first knot. All right, let's do this process again. Not everyone's going to have this down, so we're going to do it again. 2 string in one hand, 1 in the other. Make that 4. Then grab that string. This is my string 1, and I'm pulling string 1 up. Something to keep in mind is when you're making your knots, make sure not to make them really high up because they can get crossed over each other. So start your knot down low and pull up. We're going to do this again. Make that 4, wrap around, and pull up. Is everyone kind of getting the gist of this? Perfect. All right, now I'm going to go a little faster. You guys just keep going. I'm going to count to 10. So that was 3. This is 4, 5. You guys do not have to go my speed. 6, 7.
We do 10 of the same color.
We're going to do 10 of the same color, yes. 8.
Wow, Leah, that's pretty good.
All right, is everyone doing good? Perfect. Hey, and it's okay. We don't have to go super fast. 9 and 10. Perfect. All right. So, as you can see, when you're looking at this string, you're going to notice that the knots are actually going to kind of wrap around. I think that looks super cool in the pattern because it just continues that little loop. It just keeps on spinning. We've done our 10, or if you guys are at 3 or 2, that's completely fine, but I am going to move on to my different color. And this is also a really cool part about it, is you get to just choose your pattern. We're going to go with string 2 next, which was our white string. I'm going to simply take my white string out from the other strings, make that 4, and do the exact same step over and over again. You're going to realize that this is actually not as hard as it looks. It's kind of soothing, and by the end of it, you will have a really awesome friendship bracelet. You can give it to your friends, your family, anyone really. The best part about it is, I'm not really sure if this is true or not, because I've heard it from grandparents, so I guess it has to be. But they said when they were younger that if they had a bracelet on, such as this, where you tie it and there's no clasp, when it falls off, you get to make a wish. So we are making a wishing bracelet right now. When you are done with your bracelet, you see that I have a little bit of room in the very beginning from that knot. You are going to use the room from the beginning of that knot and the room from the end, if it's measured out to your wrist, and you're going to tie the two together when you're done. You can tie it on your friends, like I said, or even yourself. You might need some help with that, though. It's a little bit more difficult. When it falls off, you get to make a wish. I guess now that we've all made friendship bracelets, you consider us all friends. Thank you.